today I'm going to read your energetic signature. So when I went into your energy field, I saw a bunch of tropical birds, which was super fun, and specifically saw a toucan. And they, in shamanism, are representative of expressing yourself authentically, utilizing your voice, and being unashamed of your true core soul essence. Your higher self was telling me that in the past, you have felt maybe not safe to show certain aspects of yourself out in the world, but you're ready to bust out of that container and be seen on a bigger scale. You have this very joyful and exuberant side of yourself, and it's very childlike. And I saw a version of one of your inner children, and she was singing and dancing and having so much fun. And I went to go have a conversation with her, and she said, "I know that I am meant for big things." Now, this is where we're going to get into some shadow work stuff, okay? So I said, "Well, do you think that you're already doing big things?" And she said, "No." And I said, "Why do you feel that way?" And she said, "I feel like it's not enough. I'm not doing enough." So this is where we can do some work around self-concept, because we are not identifying as somebody who is already doing big things. Okay, that is a hamster wheel, putting off our success until a later date, always needing to reach new levels or holding ourselves to very high expectations. And so I was explaining to your energy body that we need to start identifying in the present of every step that I have taken and every action, every movement, every pivot is representative of doing big things, either past, in the present, or in the future, because that is me as a soul. Your higher self was suggesting to get out a sheet of paper and write out a bunch of times that you have felt really proud of yourself, and then also explaining to your inner children and your teens, because that's where that wound is coming from. It's not so much you in the present, even though we can still work on self-concept and the way that we are identifying ourselves. But when you go to write this list out, explaining to your inner children and your teenagers why you are proud of them for those things. Okay, when we explain the why, it really showcases the depths of the evolution that we have experienced over our timeline, over our incarnation, and it really is giving ourselves so much encouragement, and that's what they need from you as their higher self. Another thing that you can do, because sometimes we are equating small wins and big wins as different, you can start to say throughout your day, "I am successful because I'm brushing my teeth. I'm successful because I took a shower. I'm successful because I drove to work. I'm successful because I did a load of laundry." Everything in life is a success because you are a success. That is your natural homeostasis point. What you're doing through this process is reprogramming your subconscious and inspiring self. Okay, this is going to give us so much more energy. Now let's talk about one of your spiritual gifts, which I absolutely love. Okay, so I went into a different section of your field and I saw a Tinkerbell, okay, like the fairy from Peter Pan, and she was sprinkling fairy dust over somebody. And your higher self was saying that you have the ability to lift other people's frequency fields. So every time that you come across somebody that makes you smile or laugh, or they're sharing compassion and kindness and empathy with other persons, anybody that you're looking at that you say, "Wow, they're so great." What we want to do is offer them a blessing. That is what that magic dust is, that you're able to sprinkle over somebody's head and then uplift their frequency, and it's going to completely shift the trajectory of their day. Now, this is not something that you have to kind of like walk over and do to someone. You can do this etherically, energetically in your mind's eye, and you are sending them joy and positivity and whimsy and magic, and they are going to feel it in their energy field, and it's going to make them feel great, and it's going to make you feel great. Even if you're not saying those things out loud. Like, you get a blessing, and you get a blessing, and you get a blessing. What is going to happen through this is your subconscious works like a computer, okay? You give it a job to do, and it's going to do everything it can to prove something to you, okay, or work it out for you, find a solution. And so if you are setting your filter lenses to find these persons that are super kind and sweet and generous and happy and bubbly and doing for others, you're going to start to find more of these persons, okay? They're going to be attracted to your energy field. And the beautiful thing about this is those persons are you. They are a different reflection form. What we like in others is what we actually like in self or love in self. And so this is going to help you boost your self-concept and your confidence as well with this awareness, knowing of, hey, I'm just seeing another reflection of me and let's hype each other up here. Because I can also see in your energy field where we're running a little bit of programming still, and it looks like you're on the outskirts of this programming, okay? That you've worked very diligently on that, but in the past, people are scary. And sometimes that's because we have PTSD and trauma in within us, and we have certain filter lenses that we're wearing, and we're anticipating for people to be like that because maybe we were hurt over life, but then we end up attracting said persons to us. And so we need to reset the lenses in which we are looking through. And not only is this going to help you with relationships, whether that's family members, friends, or acquaintances that you meet, like on the street or in the store, this is also going to significantly help you with your manifesting, because these things are going to start coming in very quickly. It's a lot easier to have these type of energy exchanges with people, but once you are lifting your vibration and frequency up so much through this gift that you have, things are going to start rolling in very quickly. And instead of saying how or why towards your manifestations, you're going to start saying, of course I'm receiving things. Like, I am a beautiful being of light. Like, all good things are magnetized towards me. What I put out is what I get back. And you are really going to shift yourself onto a completely different timeline. Okay, I started doing this with people anytime somebody like brought me a lot of joy, whether it's an adult or a child or an animal. I'm like, oh, you get a fairy blessing. Okay, and that just made me feel great. And I was just sending so much love to them as well, and that was going to help them throughout their day. And it really just puts you in such a great mood, and it is going to start changing all these different things in your external reality, because you are just lifting yourself up all throughout the day, and we're having better thoughts, and we're making more aligned decisions. Also, a little side note, when I am speaking with somebody who I know is going to be open and receptive to this, instead of telling them have a good day, I say have a magical day. And it usually catches them off guard, but in the best way. They're like, ooh, I haven't heard that before. It really makes them feel very special and loved, especially with their inner children and their teenagers within. And it's just a great send-off for their day. So to recap, we had the toucan spirit come through, and anytime that we have a power animal come forward to help us during a certain chapter of our life, I always recommend doing some research. You can go on Google and type in toucan spirit animal, or you can go on YouTube and find a guided meditation that you can do. Continuing to work on self-concept and knowing that we are successful no matter what we do. Okay, that is our homeostasis point. And expressing to your inner children and your teens why you are so incredibly proud of them in all facets of life, and then giving them tangible examples of moments that you have been proud of, maybe you in the current, but also them in the past. And throughout the day, etherically, energetically, giving people the fairy blessings throughout the day to lift their vibrational frequency and to lift your own, and start magnetizing all of these beautiful manifestations into your life. And I want to say thank you so much for letting me read for you, and I hope you have a very magical day.